Hi, my name is Tina Stern, and I'm a California historian and archivist. I currently sit on the steering committee of the historic Rusch Home and Gardens here in Citrus Heights. The building has not been open to the public in over 25 years. Last fall, a steering committee was created to explore the opening and restoration of the Rusch home to the public. One of the members on the steering committee is a direct descendant of the Rusch family. Her name is Marcia Fritz, and when she told us earlier this year that she and family members were having a reunion here at the historic Rusch Home and Gardens, the steering committee collectively decided that this was an opportunity we could not miss. We're gathered here today to not only enjoy one another's company and reminisce, but to capture the memories in oral history interviews of the descendants of the Volle, Lupe, and Rusch families.
Yeah, this is where our family basically started in the early days in the 1800s, and to have the tradition of family get-togethers continue this long, this many generations. Our families that married together, the Volles and the Lupes, were both very family-oriented, and they started the tradition of having these annual picnics to bring the family together.
The story of the historic Rusch Home and Gardens began in 1853 in a very typical story of the mid-19th century. Fred and Julia Volle came across the plains in a covered wagon, settling in what is today the area of the state capital in Sacramento. They ultimately moved to Citrus Heights, which was formerly called Sylvan, and established a 480-acre ranch. In 1916, this house was constructed. The grounds and home were left to the grandchildren of Fred and Julia Volle, who share the same names, Fred and Julia Rusch. In 1950, this brother and sister duo donated the land that comprised the original ranch, though it was ultimately reduced some, and the historic home to the county of Sacramento. That donation in 1950 led to the creation of the Sunrise Recreation and Park District.
Well, Burton Lupe, and I'm part of the Lupe clan, which is my grandfather, Lupe Lane. My grandfather lived at the end of that down there, and the rest of that was pasture there. And Fred and Julie Rusch lived here. And I was 13 before I found out they weren't married. I thought that they were brother and sister.
I remember half of the area wasn't even lawn area. It was a lot of weeds, a big creek, kind of almost a wild creek. It seemed big to me because I was maybe 3 or 4.
We would come over here and stop and see Julian and Fred. And Fred was the guy that taught me how to milk cows when I was a boy.
We got to walk around out and see the cows, and I got to talk to the cows, and they also had, I think they must have had sheep and chickens too. It was a big farm, and they did a lot with the milk, and I remember coming into their house and smelling like milk, being processed.
And they had a big junkyard outside, all Fred's farm equipment and old tractors and pickups and, his junk. It was old junk by then.
Kids gold mine.
And, it's a gold mine. We get to go climb on all the tractors and play on the tractors. It was great. The highlight of the day.
It's great to come back to the historical side of where we started. It used to be, years ago, my first remembrances of the Rusch home were these family picnics when the park was very, very early being established.
So, family reunions kind of consisted of kids played on everything they could find. A lot of baseball, catch, frisbee, that kind of stuff. And the other main thing was catching pollywogs.
Oh, and the little creek.
In the creek.
It's probably not even there now.
It's
Is
still
there a
there.
creek there?
Oh, yeah, still
there. Fred Rusch, donated the land, and they had a park there, and then people would come out and play baseball and softball and yada, yada, yada. And, come evening, Fred would go wander around out there and pick up all the stuff that got left, all the baseballs and the mitts and the
Coats?
balls and the
Coats?
yeah, all the stuff that got left behind. He'd bring it back to the house.
Put them on the porch, on the back
Yeah,
porch.
put them on the porch. So when we'd come for a family reunion, then Fred would give us all this stuff. We'd have baseballs and
Oh, all
bats
kinds of stuff.
and gloves and yeah, we had them all. It was great.
I remember Julia here, she always had, for us kids, we always had ice cream in the refrigerator. I think she had Fred and Julia had the first refrigerator in the district around here. The rest of them were either ice boxes or just coolers.
We came out and she would always have homemade food here. I remember the good chocolate fudge and the cookies that she always had. They always had extra food.
Julia would always have some ice cream in the refrigerator. And it had, I say refrigerator because that was strange in those days. In those days, most people had ice boxes. That's what we had, was ice boxes.
Our grandpa made peach ice cream. Boy, that's some freaking awesome good peach ice cream too. Did a good job. Mine was pineapple and Kahlua.
Which one'd you make, John?
I made peach.
Oh, I love that peach.
I made peach and vanilla because everybody's got to have at least a standard vanilla.
And that's what grandpa made.
First place I ever recall having a tadpole was here. The first place I ever jumped off a height board was in the pool when it was built here. So I had a lot of really good memories of Rusch Park and how it was involved. It sort of grew up as I grew up, and I just have really good memories. They were always looking ahead, not looking back and reminiscing, but they were always building on what they had, and they learned so much, and they taught all of us their values. All went through the family. The whole growing up, it was never even questioned that you would do the best thing you could do for yourself and your family, always, because of that inspiration.
Hello, my name is Alan Criswell, and I'm volunteering my time for the Historic Rusch Home and Gardens Steering Committee. Welcome to the Rusch Home. We've just watched the story of living California history, of one family that helped build the community we live in today, and in the process forever changed the heart of their community through their values and foresight. What an incredible story, having come across the plains in a covered wagon, eventually settling in what has become Citrus Heights, and ultimately donating all that they had to the community for the betterment of generations to come. You cannot help but be changed once you have visited the historic Rusch Homes and Gardens, so that you and your family can learn the history of our community and help build a better life, which is something that's very important. Now it is our turn to take the next step and build on a family's lifetime of work, and in so doing to change our lives and the lives of the ones we love through those same family values and foresight. It is time to reopen this gift and to revitalize the historic Rusch Home and Gardens into the gold mine it once was and will be again now and into the future. Your part is to let us know what you think of this opportunity by registering as a friend of Rusch Home. We want to keep you informed of the restoration efforts by including you on our Friends of Rusch Home mailing list. We want you to register your name as a citizen who cares and is interested in the Rusch Home and Gardens. Friends of Rusch Home are the first to know about opportunities to tour the historic site and help shape plans to restore the home and grounds into a community asset. By becoming a friend of Rusch Home, you are doing your part to enrich your community and to protect a precious gift, as the family expressed so eloquently earlier. This is a project with roots that reach deep into the past and inspires us in the present to transform the future for generations to come. During this time of planning, we are considering many ideas, including a National Historic Site, museum, event center, botanical gardens, and a location for family reunions, weddings, showers, and school field trips. This is your opportunity to get involved and let your voice be heard. Please visit our website at ruschhome.org and to register your interest as a friend of Rusch Home. Thank you.